presidential pardon, there's nothing we can do.
Yes,
well, it's called the presidential pardon for a reason. It's not a cabinet power anymore, you know, presidential pardon.
And you know, presidents all over the world, in fact, exercise that right. So it's nothing new. I think that now, because of how fast information is moving, a lot of people are now hearing about it for the first time, and suddenly it sounds like some, hey, what's happening? Why is the president doing it? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it becomes.
So about all the industry beef.
Let's start from which one? Let's go back from Saka Manifest. Then we go to
Reggie, Rockstar, and that was yesterday. I heard that yesterday.
And Roro,
yes.
And then the girls, MzVee and AK and Kaakie.
No.
So which one do you want to start with? Which one do you want to attack?
Too much beef
let's
in the
start
industry.
with Saka Manifest. I know it's dead, but I just wanted to know from your point of view as a rapper, and it brought this whole conversation about language and rap and who's authentic or not. I wanted to know what you thought about that.
Well, I think for starters, I don't have a problem with people beefing. If you have a problem with beef, I think it's hypocritical. Because even as vice you guys have competitors, and when somebody comes up with a program, you come up with a program to counter. That's the nature of business. There was one point in time, drink companies took advantage of the beef between Shatta to fill a stadium. So let's not be hypocritical about it. Beef is what it is because that is what blows an artist. But if you don't want to do it, that is also okay. Now, Manifest and Sarkodie are in two different spheres. And so it's quite difficult for you to say this person is better than this person. This is my reason from being in the music business. Sometimes for people to understand, for people to appreciate art, they have to really understand it. And there's a proverb you can say in Akan, and when I translate it into English, it won't resonate the same way. It's similar to a joke. And so somebody who sees hip-hop, rap in a certain light, cannot speak Chi, understand Manifest, might take a side. Somebody who understands Chi and listens to what Sarkodie is saying will say he's a better person during the time the situation was taking place. So I think that's it. It would have been easier if it was two English artists, two Chi artists, two people who are virtually in the same terrain. Then
marketing to the same audience, because they are marketing to completely different.
Exactly. So it's quite.
And then Kaakie and then AK.
Kaakie, aka
break it down, darling.
Kaakie, aka MzVee. I think that their beef is a joke. This is my reason. If you're an artist who beefs, you should be a writer. The two artists, people write for them. And so I don't know how you're going to do a rebuttal which is not coming from your honest conscience.
Okay, so we did not know that. Did you know that?
I knew that.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah, so Kaakie has a song called Ronaldo. I wrote it. Stonebwoy writes for her. I mean, it's not wrong to write for people because it's the business of music. Richie writes for MzVee. So how are you going to reply when the person throws a jab? You have to wait for your writer who doesn't have the same emotions running, because when it's a beef, it's emotions.
But what if the emotion is in her delivery of it? Someone can do the writing, but then we are beefing, so my emotion is in the delivery, me singing the song. That's a part of it.
It's similar to when somebody owes you money and hasn't paid, and you send another person. Don't threaten them the way you would.
You would.
That's true.
You're feeling the pain.
Gosh, you're being purist, but cool.
No. So that is the angle from which I think it's a joke, because Lady Saw, she writes herself. And so when she's taking a job at somebody,
it's personal.
It's an honest job. She'll do justice. These people have to wait for the writer to take you, address you. So I don't know how consistent that can be. Because if your writers refuse to write this song, because I wouldn't write this song for Kaakie if she reaches out to me. I'd write a song that will impact her career positively. So then I cannot send a reply to MzVee through her, and so that's my
But it's
basic
not
reason.
fair though for you to say that. I mean, it's the argument. I mean, a whole lot of hardcore rappers like you and Kendrick, all of them say that you have to be the writer to have the total art.
No,
and it's a bit purist though.
No, you have to be the writer if you're a rap artist.
Okay, if you're a rap artist.
Yes, but when you're a singer, you can get away. So Sia writes, Irreplaceable, Nayo wrote it. Rihanna's Diamond, Sia wrote it.
Okay.
And
so then in this case, it's fine because they are dancehall musicians, right?
Yes, but the thing about dancehall is that when you see Benny Man and Bonte Killer battle, they do it themselves. When you see Vibes Cartel and Mavado battle, they do it themselves. And why I'm hammering on doing it yourself is that it has to be a back-to-back. But when people write for you, it will be a one-off. And a one-off in a battle, there's no excitement. There has to be round 1, round 2, round 3, and then we get to see who is withering away and who is gaining momentum.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so to our next story.
You guys are putting me in trouble.
I know, right?
Intentional.
I know you're in trouble. So to our next story, new research says married couples who watch pornography double the risk of divorce. Experts from the University of Oklahoma interviewed married adults and found that porn negatively affects those in a happy marriage. According to the research, married couples who watch pornography experience a high risk of divorce. While it was once seen as a preserve of husbands, it now seems that wives are almost as keen on watching it as men. Researchers say that women who start looking at porn who are married are almost 3 times more likely to want a divorce. The report comes after statistics last year showed that as many as 1 in 3 women watches adult content at least once a week, with the majority viewing it on their phones. Okay. Previous studies on porn and marriage have suggested that consuming sexually explicit material isn't good for marital health. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. If they're saying, which is the general understanding that it was always the preserve of men, but there were women in those videos, a lot, and the women are the stars of pornography. So are they saying men can't be that naive, can they?
I don't get you.
Men can't be that naive and actually believe that women do not watch porn or never did or are less inclined to, and now we are now watching porn. Oh, we're not now watching porn. We probably have more fantasies than men.
I feel you.
We hide it. You know? Society makes us hide it.
Yes,
you hide it because you're supposed to be a woman and more docile and controllable and all.
And don't be so sexual.
And don't be, and don't be so expressive. But anyway, talking about, I can understand why a lot of women are walking away from marriages after watching porn.
Why?
A lot of women, some I know who are married, I'm not. Thank God for now.
Power to you.
Thank you. Who are married, actually, they always express how surprised their husbands sound when they say, I am not happy in the bedroom. The men are actually surprised that the women are not satisfied. And it's interesting that we're married, we have this intimate thing that we cannot share with other people, but you do not know how unhappy I am. And then the women eventually stop, try as much as possible not to engage in a sexual activity altogether. And then the husbands are complaining, oh, she doesn't let him touch me or whatever. But dude, you're boring. Right. You don't know what I like. You don't know what I need. And so I can understand how women are walking away. And sex is, no matter what anyone says, I think it makes about 90% of the marriage. I mean, of course, trust comes in. I mean, it's on the high side, but if it's not just always in the bedroom and there are exciting things, doing it in your in-laws' bathroom, for instance, doing it at a doing it at a party or whatever, and finding interesting ways of enjoying that unique union that you only have with your partner, I don't think it will get to the point where